One of the reasons I don't agree with moltenMCI, which, if you don't know, is the theory that the endoskeletons from the first four animatronics that were in, FNAF 1 were used to make the Funtime animatronics. See, now this I don't get because it's often said by people who think that the Nightmare animatronics were, real, although they might just be gas now because we have to keep on referencing the game that really doesn't need to have any connections to the other ones. Anyways, my problem with it is that it involves Afton going to the FNAF 1 location to go get the endoskeletons. But why would he do this? I mean, he could send his disposable son to do it like he does in this location. He also knows that the animatronics are possessed, yet he goes there with no protection. And finally, considering that, the man is a serial killer, why didn't he just kill more kids? He could have just snatched one, threw him in a van, and took him to a place with just an endoskeleton that's just fresh and did a test right there. I just can't help but feel that the whole stupid ass gas chamber thing that's in the newest, well, I don't even think it's even out yet, that book of Tales from the Pizzaplex, which may or may not be canon to the games, but honestly, who cares? And I just can't help but feel that it's an obvious attempt to fix the idea of the implications that the room, the house in FNAF 4 was like a real place through this location, which I mean is a bad game. You don't have to keep going back to it. You can just leave it alone. Anyways, because when you look at the gameplay of FNAF 4, for any of that to actually be real, this 7 foot tall robot being held back by the door and scared away from your light, it doesn't make a lot of sense because they're not haunted and you're not playing by weird ghost rules. So it being fear gas, I mean, it makes sense. Kind of undercuts the story, but in a way that I'm fine with. Like, I think that it's a little bit unoriginal because isn't that just what the fucking Batman guy does? Scarecrow. Man, he was so cool in Injustice 2. Too bad that game is horrible. Generally, I'm honestly pretty fine with the whole like fair gas retcon and that being like the reason why the crying child is so fucking scared. I'm cool with that. My problem comes from all the people insisting that he goes on to possess like Golden Freddy or whatever the fuck, because that right there really just deflates the impact of the ending if the kid's just still around, just being saying it's me and being all cheeky and weird like that. It's not smart. It's not a good idea. Like the thing with tragedies, I finished this one. It's like Blood on the Tracks. It's about this kid and his mom, and it's a weird situation. But it ends with him as an old man just living, and that's how the endings of tragic stories usually are. They either hit like a punch to the gut, or they're just soft. Uh, but like saying that, oh, he then goes on to just become another asshole animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's is just really lame.